People, 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 people. Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news is a Netflix series that we see unfolding in front of all of our eyes. Jean Ann Panton, the star, SSL co-star, FSC featured, Krosky featured, Harding featured, Prime Minister of Jamaica featured, Minister of Finance featured. However, the question that is on most persons' mind, is this the name of the movie Grace? Because it seems as if it is simply amazing how Mrs. Jean Ann Panton can avoid getting locked up after she has pretty much confessed to stealing millions of US, billions of Jamaican dollar. People, it is up to a couple billion right now, and USAIN Bolt's 2 billion plus is not accounted for. In the first video that I did pertaining to this topic, I said that more than likely it is going to be in excess of $4 billion. I think that financial institution, scratch that, Ponzi scheme SSL is downplaying, the investigators are downplaying the damage. The damage is humongous, however, it is going to get even bigger. However, the question that I have to ask, based on everything that I see transpiring right in front of my eyes, unbelievable. What is going to happen to this lady? We should know, history should have taught us that, listen, this is not going to end up any sort of normal way. The drama, even though it has been dramatic, have not yet started yet. I have to ask the question, or we need to ask the question, is this lady going to be state witness numero uno? Is she in some sorts of protective service? Meaning that, is there people assigned to her from the relevant authority to make sure that there is no sorts of Houdini-ism occurring in this case? And people, this is exactly what I mean. We need to make sure that this lady don't mysteriously lose her life in any sorts of accident, as in the case of one Mr. Kevin Smith. We have to make sure that the people in whom secret she is keeping do not put out any sorts of HIT, contractual arrangement for KILLING on her. People, I am just saying, the relevant authority, since they are petting and pampering her for whatever mysterious reason, make sure that she don't mysteriously disappear, gone with the wind. Make sure that there is no sorts of alien abduction, because we've heard about those. In this case, it is quite possible. And then again, we have to ask the question, with all of this Oscar acting that we've seen lately, when they went for her by the house or apartment or condo, is she going to come up with some sort of insanity plea? People, me just say, don't be surprised if she contracts the Jennifer Masada, the lawyer that went insane syndrome, and start walk around with the walk up on her head, start drag the wheelchair behind her as she crawls on all four. Anything is possible. This is Jamaica. Anything goes. Point blank and period. Now, the next thing I want to address is with all of what we see transpiring as it pertains to the FSC and SSL, that Ponzi scheme. It is obvious that the Illuminati, if you believe and I don't, this is Jamaica version of the Illuminati if one exists. And that is a secret society of persons with power. And you know, like Scarface movie say, the more money, the more power. And people, these people wield a whole lot of money. These people wield a whole lot of power. I am speaking about Krosky. I am speaking about Paul Cheng Young. I am going to tell you the places that they are associated with. I am speaking about Zachary Harding. I am speaking about Delta Capital. I am speaking about Dollar Financial, specifically SSL. What we've come to realize that these persons are untouchable. What we should realize is that in politics, you know that song, I have my mind on the money and the money on my mind. Money is the main objective in politics in Jamaica. Even if there has to be corruption to carry on this agenda. For those of you that thought that when you voted for the JLP and the PNP, that these leaders of both parties, two peas in a pod, same party, the same sad song they are going to play. If you thought that when they won, they had the people's interest at heart, then you don't know their ulterior motive. Politics in Jamaica, not only Jamaica, corrupted third world or some of these African nations, it is all about wealth building for self, for family, for clique, for the body club. So pretty much what is happening, what we're seeing, what we're witnessing is that money is truly power. And the people with the most money in Jamaica wield a whole bunch of power. These people can literally get away with murder. These people more than likely, whatever they do, however much money them thief, however much conspiracy to rob, swindle and scam, they will more than likely not see not even one day in the big yard. If them even get arrested, there will be no sorts of conviction, none at all. Mysteriously, this case will end. Some sorts of information is going to be swept under the rug. The people that wield the power will always find a way to swindle themselves out of whatever situation or problem, no matter how little, no matter how holy. Point blank and period. Now people, there's a saying that goes something like this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. However, what we see transpiring in Jamaica is definitely the epitome. The definition of insanity, the same thing has happened at least 4 or 5 times in our investment Ponzi scheme history. They are out there for everybody that can trace and see, Google, to find this information. The first one, Eagle Group, a person, Paul Chen Young, I think his name is. He swindled Jamaica Jamaicans billions of dollars. Whole heap of US dollar. Him buy a whole bunch of property, mostly overseas. Come back again. FinSac, same thing. All sorts of scandal involving powerful people. Come back again. Cash Plus. Come back again. Olint. Come back again. New Millennium 2020 version. SSL Stocks and Security Limited. The same person again. Krosky that was involved. That was the broker for Eagle. How did this man get a license for practice after he swindled billions of dollars before that? Come back again, like me say, SSL. USAIN Bolt in excess of 2 billion Jamaican, almost 13 million US. Other persons also. SSL was in financial problem. The regulatory body FSC saw the red flags, saw all the signs. However, they were able to operate even with all sorts of red flag. I drag them down. Even with people that say, yo, look here, look on this, see this, spot this, pre this. Everybody turned a blind eye. What was SSL able to do after all that problem? Get investors $10 million US, then a next additional $12 million to form a next spin-off company, Dollar Financial, most notably Delta Capital. People, we hear the investigators saying that they need all sorts of forensic experts, and the investigation is going to take a very long time because this is a sophisticated forgery, whatever the case is. Dollar Financial in its portfolio, if you go on its website, sorry, not Dollar, Delta Capital, in its website, told you the assets that they were acquiring. One of them, Senate. One of them, Delta Pay, a credit card company. The next one, R0BB3D-BILLION, same thing, R0BB3D Radio. The next one, Reset Health. The next one, Barbados Credit Card. All of these companies are still operational. All of these companies, it is business as usual. All of these companies are a subsidiary of SSL, Mr. Krosky and Mr. Harding. How is it that these people are able to operate after 4 or 5 Ponzi schemes in the history of Jamaica? However, everybody has scratched them head and a wonder and a ponder. Which part bold money there? Which part investor them money there? People, these persons are expert in robbery. These persons are expert on forgery. These persons realize that they can set up a certain type of company. These certain type of company are just like them. They are untouchable. How is it that these persons or companies allowed to practice business as usual as if nothing did not happen? Even after swindling legendary sprinter, even after a whole lot of pressure, a whole lot of public outcry in Jamaica, and even worse or better, in the international media, people are pressure them. People, just imagine you and I are the average person. Set up some sort of company and then thief money from that company to start other companies. that company would be locked down. We see how the popo operate. If somebody broke in our shop, them kick down them door, put all the baby and granny on the face. However, these persons are allowed to rob downtown people, uptown people, even legendary sprinter USAIN Bolt. And the government, the relevant authority, would rather to watch Jamaica get multiple black eye, name get beat down. They would rather to see the financial sector, tourism plummet before them step and put a foot and put a stop to this. They would rather to go down with this ship that is sinking rapidly. The whole financial sector, the whole investment in a Jamaica, a sink, gone to the dogs, gone to the abyss of hell before them do nothing. They would rather to shield, protect, defend these people in the body club that are known criminals. If this is not the right version of the Illuminati Jamaica style, uptown style, I don't know what else is. People, this is very disgusting. This is very disturbing. And do you want to know something else? I am not going to say that you'll be surprised, because you won't be surprised about anything that happened as it pertains to any of these government bodies, relevant authority, and these known crooks, mafiosa, uptown, Illuminati, is that whenever them sign any sorts of contract, there is a clause in the contract say they don't have to talk. So in other words, they won't have to be accountable, responsible for whatever goes down. They can remain silent, people, like me tell you. Secret society of thieves, that is what we call it. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. I understand that this might be your grandma's favorite YouTube channel. However, this is not the typical run-of-the-mill mama and papa channel. This is news with a buzz. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Point blank and period.